And it made me think of the Austin Powers with the sharks with little lasers on their heads. Like that. It was pretty ridiculous. As this is the main plot line for a blockbuster movie, a Jurassic Park sequel. Hey guys, Final Death Star. So I wanted to talk about the Jurassic Park Battle of Big Rock short film that came out last night. It was on FX and it's now streaming online, so you can go to YouTube and watch it. I'll put a link in the description too, so you can check it out. I want to give a little review, give my thoughts of where the franchise is kind of headed after Jurassic World. When Jurassic World came out, the first one, it had some kind of nice callbacks to the original. It had a nice feel of being secluded inside of this park and kind of dealing with this group of people that are trying to survive. I mean, it kind of got into a broader scale of the possibility of them escaping at one point. So it was a good film. It wasn't great. I thought it was a little over the top. Some of the characters were not as deep, I'd say, as the original Jurassic Park film, but it did its job. I thought it was a fun movie to watch. And then Fallen Kingdom came out, which I actually was not a fan of other than a couple scenes. I thought it was like a Bond parody kind of movie. I mean, the villain was this like sort of Bond villain-esque, but like a henchman of a Bond villain. It wasn't even like the Bond villain himself. Underground selling of these dino warriors. It just seemed kind of silly, and then you had this DNA created velociraptor hybrid that, you pointed a laser at something and he would attack it, but why would you need to do that? And, it made me think of the Austin Powers with the sharks with little lasers on their heads, like that. It was pretty ridiculous. As this is the main plot line for a blockbuster movie, a Jurassic Park sequel. It just seemed over the top and kind of cheesy, but I thought the greatest thing that they did in that movie was the ending, where they leave it open where, and this is a spoiler, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, so I'll just warning you, it's a spoiler. But at the end of the movie, they release the dinosaurs get out. They were going to leave them in this chamber to be gassed to death, and this innocent child, the eyes of an innocent child just couldn't bear to watch it, so lets them out, and that's how the movie ends. And I thought, okay, this is a breath of fresh air to this franchise, the potential at least for a breath of fresh air, because it really leaves the door literally open to explore a lot of possibilities. And now this short film came out called The Battle of Big Rock, and it takes place between Fallen Kingdom and what will be Jurassic World 3. And I thought it was really well done. I thought this really gave a glimpse into the potential of the future of this franchise. It centers around a family that's camping, and this is right after the dinosaurs had been let loose. So I think it seems like they're aware. It seems like a little time has passed, because when they see, first a couple of the more innocent non-carnivore dinosaurs, they kind of know, they're like, oh, this is them, this is one of them. So they're aware that these things are out and about, which I don't know why you'd be camping. If you knew this was a possibility, I would have packed up and headed run to the hills. But they chose to camp anyway, and they paid the price for it. But you see this, the herbivore dinosaurs, they look like Triceratops, probably not the correct species of that, but it's like a Triceratops basically. And then comes the carnivorous, I think it's an Allosaurus. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. I think it's an Allosaurus. You saw one in Fallen Kingdom as a child or juvenile, and now you've got the adult version. So, and of course it starts, terrorizing. It gets in a little battle with a couple of the dinosaurs. They basically fend it off. They escape, but then the family's left trapped inside of their little trailer, and then of course the carnivore hears the baby cry and then comes after them. Special effects were pretty well done. I thought a couple scenes where the family of Triceratops there was a little CG there, a little computerized there, but overall, I thought the effects were really well done for a short, and that's a professional short, obviously. But and then it ends off with them being able to escape, narrowly escape or fend off this Allosaurus, I think Allosaurus, however you say it, and it ends with them just kind of stuck there, shaken and rattled in the trailer. And it just leaves this open world possibility. What I think they should do for the next Jurassic Park movies, I think they should really focus on like that family or a family like that it's a much more narrow scope. I mean, yeah, now the world is wide open because the dinosaurs are let loose into the earth, and it's kind of like a Planet of the Apes sort of feel, or if they went for a Planet of the Apes sort of feel to the movie, I think that would dramatically change the genre. And instead of having these like silly Bond-esque plot lines and villains that are like over the top and unbelievable, you'd have something that feels real. There's more of just in that 8-minute short, there were more thrills, and I was more on the edge of my seat than the entirety of Jurassic World or Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I thought there was more threat and urgency in that 8-minute short than the both of the prior movies. And I think it's because it focused on like the helplessness of this family that's now trapped in a world that they can't escape. You had the threats of the park, but you could always hope to get out of the park, But now, where are you going to go? The whole world is overrun by dinosaurs. There's no safety, almost like a zombie apocalypse kind of feel to a movie is what I think they should go for on a smaller scale. I also think maybe leaving Chris Pratt out of the movie wouldn't be the worst idea. I like Chris Pratt a lot, but I think going for a different tone, more Planet of the Ape-esque feel for the next Jurassic World, I think would be a really nice place to take this. Much more threat, it could be a little darker toned instead of just the grandiose, dinosaurs fighting dinosaurs for 2.5 hours of the movie. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Battle of Big Rock and where I think they should take this next movie. I think it leaves the possibility to really kind of revitalizing this franchise, and I'm excited at the possibility of Jurassic World 3. I don't think they're going to go this way. I think it's probably going to be kind of an over the top blockbuster, but those are just my thoughts on the idea of it and my quick review on Battle of Big Rock. But let me know what you guys think. Did you enjoy it? Have you seen it yet? What did you think of the Jurassic World 1 and 2? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share. I'm also on Twitter, Final Death Star, also on Instagram, Final Death Star, so you can find me there. Until next time, lock the doors and hope the dinosaurs don't come and get you.